You ever have one of those days where everything feels off before you even step out the door? That's how it started for me, right in the pit of my stomach. Even before I showed up for my appointment at Eastbrook Women's Medical Center, the kind of place you see in commercials, all marble floors and glass walls, and not a speck of dust anywhere. But the minute I set foot on that block in Atlanta, 6 months pregnant and clutching my old canvas bag, I already fell out of place. People pretended not to notice me, but you could feel the stares like I was wearing a sign that said, "Outsider." Funny how silence can be louder than words sometimes. So, there I am, standing in the morning sun, smoothing my dress, whispering to the baby, trying to calm my nerves, telling myself Ethan would be there soon. He promised, and Ethan's not the type to break his word. Still, it stung a little, sitting in that waiting room alone, looking at all those couples of husbands with their arms draped protectively over their wives, the soft laughter, the way nobody quite met my eyes. The receptionist didn't even bother to hide it, barely looking up as I signed in, her face all polite frost, handing me paperwork like she was doing me a favor. I sat down and filled out form after form, hands shaking just a bit. It's weird I've spoken in front of classrooms full of rowdy kids, but sitting in that expensive lobby, I felt small. Like really small. Even the way people shifted in their seats, clutched their bags, avoided my gaze, it's the kind of thing you try to brush off, but it builds. Every little moment sticks to you. Anyway, the nurse finally calls my name, doesn't even bother to smile, just turns and starts walking. I follow her down this hallway lined with photos of glowing white moms and perfect babies, and for a second, I catch my own reflection in the glass and wonder if I'll ever see someone like me on those walls. She dumps me in an exam room, says the doctor will be right in, and leaves before I can even open my mouth. The clock ticks. I check my phone. Ethan's late. It's just a few minutes, but each one drags on forever. Then the door creaks, open, and DR. Halbert walks in cold as an ice cube, every hair in place, no smile, not even a hello. She looks at me, really looks, and there's this pause that feels like she's deciding if I'm worth her time. "So, you're Olivia Grant?" she says, like my name tastes sour. I nod, try to stay steady, tell her it's my first 4D scan. She just kind of smirks, eyes flicking down at my belly. She asks if I came alone, and it isn't a question, more like a dig. I tell her my husband's on his way, but I can see she's already made up her mind about me. "Sure he is," she mutters, turning her back, fussing with her paperwork. And then she really lets loose, says, "I probably don't know who the father is, or maybe he bailed," all that ugly, tired stuff that folks say when they want you to feel small. I try to hold it together, but I tell her straight up, I scheduled this appointment. I have every right to be here. She leans in, voice low, says people like me always bring drama, always want something. I can't even describe how angry I was, not just for me, but for every woman who's ever been spoken to like that. I stand up to leave. I'm done, but she blocks the door, says something about her expensive watch going missing, and just like that, accuses me. "Security will handle it," she says, like I'm not even in the room anymore. I barely have time to process before 2 security guards show up, all official and cold. "Miss Grant, please come with us." I try to explain, tell them I'm pregnant, that I haven't taken anything, but it's like talking to a wall. They take my phone, won't let me call Ethan. They say it's procedure, but it feels like punishment. They lead me down some back corridor, through locked doors, into a tiny office that smells like bleach. There's a hard chair bolted to the floor, a single flickering light, and nothing else. They don't question me, don't even look at me, just make me sit there, shaking, trying to keep it together for my baby. I close my eyes, take slow breaths, think of Ethan, and wish he'd walk through the door. And that's when it happens. The door swings open, and there he is, Ethan Grant, all calm power in a charcoal suit, his badge shining like a warning. He barely glances at the guards. "Why are you detaining my wife?" he asks, voice low but steady. They start sputtering about protocol, but Ethan's not having it. "Show me the footage," he says now. You could feel the whole energy in the room change. They had to listen. He made sure of it. Turns out, the footage proves I never touched anything. The only time DR. Halbert's watch was missing. I wasn't even near it. The guards look at each other, then at Ethan, and you can see the fear hit. He gets my phone back, tells them they'll answer for this, and walks me right out of there. We head straight to the boardroom, the clinic's top brass, all waiting, faces tight, pretending like they care. Ethan lays it out, the wrongful accusation, the illegal detainment, the whole list. He's got paperwork, he's got proof, and suddenly, all those people who ignored me in the lobby are falling over themselves to apologize. Dr. Halbert tries to defend herself, but nobody's buying it. She gets put on leave. The board promises to investigate. And for the first time that day, I started to breathe again. But you know what? I wasn't going to let it end behind closed doors. A week later, I stood out front of that building, Ethan by my side, cameras flashing. "This is about more than me," I said, and I meant it. It's about every woman who's ever been told she doesn't belong. Every person who's been judged before they open their mouth. We're done shrinking. We're not going anywhere. The news picked it up. The clinic put out a statement. Dr. Halbert's gone, at least for now. Maybe something will change. Maybe it won't, but I showed up. I spoke out. And as I felt my baby kick for the first time since that nightmare, I realized sometimes just being seen is a victory all its own. So let me ask you, what would you have done in my place? Would you have stayed quiet, or would you have fought back? Where do you draw the line between letting things go and standing up for yourself? Share your thoughts, because these conversations, they matter more than you know.